Welcome to Nestlé Next Level Digital, a podcast where Nestlé reimagines digital transformation to the next level as the world's largest food and beverage company using the power of food innovation to enhance lives. If you're new here, we invite you to discover Nestlé through the lens of our leaders. Each episode presents valuable insights on our digital initiatives in driving growth and sustainability as we make an impact for everyone today and for generations to come.
Brands like Milo, Maggi, Nido, and Ideal Milk are household names. For over 150 years, Nestlé has been spearheading innovation and transformation and food technology. And it's no accident and no surprise that the digital transformation happening for their sales strategy is what we're going to be discussing today. My name is Kokui Selormey, and I'm here with Mauricio Alarcón, who's the market head for Central and West Africa region for Nestlé. And he's going to give more insight into their digital transformation and what we can expect from this multinational going forward. Hi, Mauricio.
Hi, Kokui.
Lovely to see you.
And thanks for the opportunity to allow us to share a bit of what we're doing here in
Absolutely. Nestlé. And, Nestlé, I promise you, it's one of my favorite brands. I'm not just
glad
saying
to
that
hear.
because you're sitting across from me, but it's the truth. And I think a lot of people can attest to the fact that a certain standard of excellence has been maintained. So we'd love to find out more about what's new at Nestlé. But first, let's start off by getting to know you a bit better. So talk to us. Tell us about yourself and your Nestlé story.
So look, my name is Mauricio Alarcón, as you said, Mexican. I've been in Nestlé for over 25 years.
Oh, wow.
I started in Mexico 25 years ago, of course. Then Nestlé gave me the opportunity to move around. I went to Switzerland. I spent 3 years there, always in the ice cream business. So, of course, you can imagine I love that. Then from Switzerland, I moved to Australia, where I spent a few years there. Moved to Egypt. That's when I arrived to Africa. From Egypt, I moved to Ivory Coast. I spent 2 years in Ivory Coast, and then into Nigeria, where I spent 4 years. And over the last 3 years, almost 4, I've been in Ghana. So overall, 25 years in Nestlé, 15 years in Africa, 10 years in Central West Africa.
Goodness. Okay, so I'm listening to all of this. We've got Europe, Australia, North Africa, now Central and West Africa. Aside the obvious language differences and cultural differences, what has been your experience selling Nestlé, to coin it, across continents and countries?
Look, the beauty of it is we always are selling food. So the essence of what we do remains the same. Yeah. And we're always making sure that we have the most nutritious products around. So in that sense, the essence of who we are, what we are, remains. But of course, what changes is the local taste, the expectations of the consumers. They're looking for different things in different places. But at the end of the day, food is what gets us together. Food is part of one of the pleasures, or at least I believe, one of the pleasures in life. So what we do tends to be the same everywhere I've been.
No matter the culture, food is always paramount, right?
It's always where the family sits around.
It's a constant. Okay, so what made you join Nestlé? What attracted you to Nestlé as a company to work for?
Look, I was working in a bank before joining Nestlé.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm actually an engineer. So an engineer who ended up in a bank and then later on moved to Nestlé. I think the first reason was, of course, it was a multinational. The bank I was working was a family-owned bank. And I think there was this attraction of this company that was all over the world. And of course, being all over the world is an interesting fact because they have some of the best things happening around the world. Of course, the number one food and beverage company in the world. I mean, that at the end of the day,
it's attractive.
It has to be attractive.
It's attractive.
But I think the beauty is a bit like what you said, in each of the countries where we are or we've been, or like in Mexico, we had brands that you loved, that you wanted to be part of. The same way as here, you have Milo, we have Nesquik, we have Nescafe, we have Nido. So of course you wanted to be part of that amazing story.
Wow, I would love to taste Nido from Mexico, and that would be so interesting. Okay, but we know that you're a global powerhouse. I mean, Nestle is renowned for being able to stay top of mind when it comes to certain FMCGs. But we really want to understand what's behind your sales strategy and how it's been so successful. So we'll talk a bit about what has worked in the past and what that process has been like, and what the future is going to be looking like as well, especially with this digital transformation that I'm really interested to hear about. So talk to us about that, sales, and how important it is to the success of what you do at Nestle.
Look, I think sales is a critical success factor and a competitive advantage for all of us, particularly in this region. And why do I say that? We cover around 500,000 points of sales directly, and you have around 3 million points of sales just in the Central West Africa region. So being able to be successful in this part of the world from a sales perspective is critical, because you visit each individual retailer on a weekly basis. So being effective and efficient in that process is critical to us. Yeah. And being able to make a difference in that process over the years has been what every person who has held my job is focused on. Every one of them, including myself, so understand how important that is. So in the past, we were focusing on making the transformation to ensure that every distributor sold better, that every distributor make sure that they were visiting efficiently every point of sale, that they were focusing on selling what we call selling out, which is what the retailers sell out and what they sell to the retailers, and making sure that they had the right range. So all of that transformation has been going on over the years, and how we made that process better and we follow better has been part of our DNA in this region.
I mean, it's mind-boggling to think about 3 million points of sale in 25 countries and how to manage that kind of a value chain.
Correct.
How do you invest in your employees to execute such a sales strategy?
Look, I think investing, as I said, in that part just makes a lot of sense, because, as I said, it's a competitive advantage. So investing in training our people, the distributor sales force, investing in technology is what makes Nestle what it is today. Making sure that we're always at the forefront, that we're always innovating ourselves, that we have the latest version of what is going on out there. It is critical for our survival and our success.
But okay, talk to me about the significance of this new step or this new chapter of transformation you're embarking on, because a layperson like me might think, look, a company like Nestle really doesn't need much help in selling their products, right? So explain to us why sales is still so important and why it's a main focus point for you, and why you've decided to highlight this particularly and embark on this digital transformation.
So let me go a bit backward into what is sales all about. It's the objective of sales is just to make sure that you're available,
okay,
and that you're visible. That's the fundamental job of sales.
The product is available,
it has to
and it's
be,
visible.
It
People
has
can
to be
see
there.
it and they can get it.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's the main objective. That's the process in itself. That's what it's looking for. So you might say, talking about transformation and talking about all of that, but it is simple. It's just being visible and being available. So why is so complex? Why so much talk about it? But the truth is, the complexity comes into execution. The complexity comes in making sure that you do that effectively and efficiently.
Right.
So to do so, you have to make sure that you're visiting those points of sales continuously. That you're making sure that your products are visible, and there's a lot of clutter around. How do you make sure that your product is the one that is coming out? That is doing digitally, but not to visit too much or over visit a point of sales, to make sure that you allocate the right space in the point of sales, so that you don't give too much of a product or you don't leave too little of a product in each of the points of sales, because then the consumer will not find it.
Okay.
So whilst the process and the objective is simple, is the complexity on executing that. So why is it critical to use digital technology?
Yes.
Is to keep on advancing and getting better at it continuously, because that's the fundamental challenges with new offers, new products, continuous changes from a consumer needs and perspective. You have to continuously be adapting to do so, and at the same time, the discipline of making sure that every salesperson of our distributors is doing those visits diligently.
Yeah.
In the past, you could have someone just telling you that they visit the point of sale. Today, we have the technology for everything from GPS tracking to understanding geolocation and sometimes now the use of image recognition to really make sure that the salesperson did visit the point of sale and did what was expected from them.
Well, image recognition is part of your sales strategy.
Correct.
In this part of the world.
Exactly. So that's the beauty of it. I think there might be a belief that in Africa we're not making amazing transformations, but we are, and we're extremely proud of. We are at the forefront of a digital transformation that is best in class in Nestlé, I believe, or one of the best in class in Nestlé around the world. And that again comes down with those amount of point of sales. So how do we become much more efficient and effective in doing so?
Now, Mauricio, you and I know that with the advancement of AI and autonomous technology and all of these technological advancements, a lot of people are afraid that it will affect their employment, that they won't be relevant anymore in the workforce. So with your digital transformation, how are you going to ensure that your employees will still have a job, or what skills will they need to still remain important to the bigger picture of your sales strategy and, again, more importantly, the digital transformation that Nestlé has employed?
Look, from the day-to-day salesperson that today works with our distributors, I do believe there's not going to be that much change.
Okay.
Human interaction is still critical to the sales process. It's critical for that visit, that day-to-day relationship that they have with the retailers, that knowing them, that being able to throw a few jokes around, being able to understand their daily challenges. That part is essential, and I do believe that it is a critical advantage for us of those relationships that we have built over the years. The question is going to be how much the back office is transformed. And there's going to be a transformation, no doubt about that. But it's going to be a transformation much more on the required skills.
Okay.
Today, you will have people that will be able to, or will need to look much more on the analytics side, be able to understand how do we get better the process, to be able to get insights, to be able to do a transformation that goes much beyond just collecting data and passing that as information. I think is being able to get insight out of that data. And I believe that what is going to happen is what we call today the back office will suddenly become the front office. The ones who are being able to call the shots of what is the future of our sales strategy.
So their roles may not be eliminated per se, but should we say there may be a symbiotic or harmonious relationship between the human resource and the artificial resource or artificial intelligence?
I think from a skill set, it's going to be very different. The current skill sets that we have today to the skill sets that are going to be required on that area in the future. As I said, so definitely much more of analytical knowledge and understanding. You have to be digitally savvy to be able to be there, and being comfortable as well to be able to extract information out of what you're seeing. So it's going to be much more, I wouldn't like to say the roles. I think there's going to be much more of a transformation on the skills required rather than talking about the specific roles as themselves.
And Nestlé will provide a platform for current employees to upskill?
It's going to be to current employees to upskills, but as well new employees coming in.
Great.
Because I think this is important. It's going to be a combination of the two. There's going to be some skills that we might not have in the company. So that's why new skill sets are going to be required for that transformation. And of course, transform the skills of the employees that we currently have.
Great. And staying ahead of the game in the digital transition.
That's the idea.
Okay. So, Mauricio, how is this digital transformation going to impact everyone in your sales value chain?
Look, as you said, it's going to be a massive transformation that is going to hit everyone. So even the people outside of sales. So from a marketing perspective, they will be able to get more insights. They will be able to understand which products are rotating more. They will be able to understand if they're available, are they actually selling as much as they expect? From a supply chain perspective, they will be better at planning because they'll understand exactly what is moving in a point of sale. Of course, from a sales supervisor, he will be able to focus on what should be supervising. Are the sales force of the distributor visiting all the point of sales? Are they selling the right SKUs? Is he visiting as frequent as he should or too frequently? From the distributor salesperson, they will be able to spend less time in the point of sales because they'll be able to understand exactly what they should be selling. Right. Because from that transformation, they will be able to have what we call a recommendation of what they should be selling. And therefore, as well, the retailer will understand what he or she needs to choose and be able to have the right assortment, and therefore their sales will increase. But the ultimate beneficiary is going to be the consumer. Because as I said, everything is about availability and visibility. Yes. And the consumer will be able to get exactly the product that they want, where they want it, and how they want it.
So from a holistic standpoint, a more efficient sales strategy and execution.
Exactly.
Got it. So with this digital transformation, talk to me about what you expect to happen from a sales perspective. Obviously, everybody wants their sales to increase. We know that technology can be costly in the onset, but in the future, you expect to reap benefits from it. So what are the benefits you expect from the transformation and the innovation that you're incorporating right now?
So we're already in the middle of the transformation. Okay. So it's not that we're just starting and we don't know the benefits, but we are already in the middle of that transformation. So the first, of course, benefits is that we have been able to increase the numbers of point of sales that we are.
Great.
We have been able to also make sure that we're visible. Because in the past, a supervisor might go to different point of sales and say, well, we're visible, we're not. Now, continuously, we're taking a picture in each point of sale. As we see that, we're getting much better at execution, which is of course a great advantage from our perspective. But we're also having enough data for us to be able to analyze how we can become better, how that very valuable space that we have in each retailer is better utilized. And I think that at this stage is what we're seeing. It's not a simple transformation, right. I have to say. I'm not saying that you establish this and then things are solved, because the reality is at the end of the day, these are tools. Yes. And it's us as employees, it's us as an organization that properly utilizes those tools that will make a difference. But they remain tools. It's us who will make that difference.
I like that. Now, does it stop there? What goes beyond this current transformation? What's next? How do you evolve?
Look, the beauty of it is at this stage we're talking about the sales transformation. So being able to understand better how we sales, how we can display the products. But if you think about it and you're getting the information of how much you're selling and being able to use much more statistics, you can put it into your planning on how better to plan our factories, how to reduce the number of the stock we have, and also from a marketing basis to understand, look, this product is not necessarily working as it should. You will have information of how much the new product that I just launched is rotating, how each product, if you put Milo next to a Cerelac, does it work better? So it gives you a lot of insights, and I think that's the beauty of it. The beauty is you get information that you're able to process and get much better at it.
So what skills do you think will be more relevant in this new digital transformation era for Nestlé, especially as market head? What do you look out for the skill sets?
So look, there's going to be, of course, new skills required from an analytics perspective, understanding of and feeling much more comfortable from a digital angle that, of course, is going to be interesting. But at the end of the day, the big skill sets that we look for, or I would say, I know they can call them the soft skills.
Yes.
They're going to remain the same.
Okay.
They're going to remain the same because even as I was studying, there was a certain basic language of data. Tomorrow there's going to be another one. The day after tomorrow there's going to be another one. So from that perspective, that's practically not going to change. Okay. But we will still continue to look for people who have that energy to make a difference. We will still be looking for people that have that passion of making a difference as well in the communities that they operate. And that's why joining a big multinational such as ours is so interesting. We will still be looking for people that are looking for challenges, because in our company, there's always very interesting challenges to tackle. So I think the fundamentals of, I would say, soft skills will be the same that we have looked in the past. But of course, it always helps to be able to be on the latest trends of analytics, to be on the latest understanding of what are the new tools available. But I do believe that without having the soft skills, you will not be able to succeed in a company such as ours.
And it's really interesting you should say that, because in all of what you said, you didn't mention degrees or, masters, tertiary degrees or whatever, but you emphasize soft skills. So for people who want to go back to school to study a particular field, how much weight does that hold as opposed to the person who displays some of the soft skills that you talked about?
Look, I always believe that the soft skills are as important, if not more important, than the degrees and everything else. Those are, as I was saying, a bit to do the same analogy on the process I just described. They're just tools, but at the end is how you as an individual utilize those tools to make a difference. So if you believe that the degree is enough for you to arrive and to succeed, it's not going to be the case. You need to have that attitude. You need to have that passion. You need to have that resilience. You need to be able to collaborate with your peers. And those soft skills are invaluable. So those are the people that I see succeeding here. I wouldn't honestly be telling you that I rarely know what are the degrees and backgrounds of anyone on the organization. I know their experiences they had in our organization. I know what they have succeeded, what are the big successes, what are the challenges they have faced. But where, what did they study? I don't even know if they went to any of the big schools or not, because I think what defines any employee and anyone is what you have been able to achieve, not what you did study.
Very nice. Okay, so for anyone who's watching this who thinks, look, I have listened to Mauricio and I want to work at his company, they want to come and work at Nestlé, what advice would you give them as far as what they should come to the table with if they're coming to apply, and what you expect from a standout Nestlé employee?
Look, first of all, you have to apply. I get a lot of those questions. How do I join Nestlé? How do I become a part of this organization? A lot of the time, they believe because they get a chance to talk to me or to talk to anyone that has worked in the organization that the system changes. The system is very clear and the process is very clear. Apply. That would be the first advice. Because if you don't apply, we don't get to see you.
Okay.
And then, of course, display those skills. Display who you are. Be authentic. I think we all have something to bring to the table. But if you try to be someone that you're not there, sooner or later during the interview, we'll see it. So tell us who you are. Tell us what do you bring on the table that will make a difference. What are the skills, hard and soft. And I believe that if you have the right attitude, you have the right mindset, you'll get the job.
I think I want to come and work for Nestlé now. Anyway, okay, so...
I'm sure, and we have Milo once a month.
Of course, yes, I'll get the Milo. I'm a big fan of Milo. Okay, but I have a question for you.
Yeah.
What's your favorite Nestlé product?
My favorite
Yes.
Nestlé product. Okay, so I have to go regionally on this.
Okay, I like that.
Because
All right.
it's Golden Morn that we make
Really?
in Nigeria. They will tell you here that nobody can touch Golden Morn without telling me what they're going to do. They call me the brand manager of Golden Morn.
Golden Morn.
I'm a big fan of that product.
Really?
It's a beautiful one.
Nice. Okay, so for Central West Africa region, Golden Morn is top.
Yes, for me it is.
For you. Okay, lovely. All right, Mauricio, some passing words for people watching and those who are big fans of the Nestle brand on what we can expect from you in the future and what we should look out for.
Look, what they can expect is that we will continue to provide affordable and accessible nutrition to everyone. That's what our objective is, to ensure that everyone can have that opportunity to have the nutrition they deserve. Because we believe that health is really based on what you eat. So they will continue to expect that. They will continue to see new products coming out that are able to particularly target the affordability challenge that I think in this part of the world is very, very important. They can expect that we will be there in every point of sale, in every location, being close to them, whether they are close to the big cities or far away in the middle of rural areas. We will be there, and they can be sure that we will be able to continue to provide what we have done over 150 years and 60 years in Central and West Africa region, product that they love and that will be proud to showcase anywhere else in the world.
Anyone who's interested in getting in touch and maybe applying to a job at Nestlé, how do they do that?
They have to go to our webpage, and all the opportunities are always there, available for everyone to just have a look at what we do.
Good stuff. And maybe they can join the Nestlé team and help to provide good food and a good life. Thank you so much, Mauricio. It's been great chatting with you.
Thank you.
Hopefully we can do this again. I'll come for your favorite product. Golden Morn. Wow. I have to add that to the rotation. I'm a Milo girl. But that's it. That's our chat today for finding out about the digital transformation at Nestlé. And as Mauricio said, if anyone is interested in getting in touch, go to the Nestlé website, apply, and who knows, you could be part of this digitally transformative team. My name is Kokui Selormey, and hopefully we'll have another chat like this very soon.
If you enjoyed today's episode, find out more at nestlevel.vfairs.com and let us know what you think from the survey link in the description. Your feedback matters to us to improve our future content.